Good evening once again. Welcome to the Issues Room here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. My name is Volcano Shelton. This is our 80th edition, and we're here again on Tuesdays and Fridays. Today is Tuesday, August 9th, 2022, and we want to welcome all of you, our viewers and listeners all over the world, particularly those of you in Liberia, those of you in the diaspora uh, here in the US, Europe, Canada, Asia, Africa, Australia, South America. So, welcome. This forum is where we discuss the things that matter, particularly to our country, Liberia, to the African continent, and the diaspora of Black people. We'd like to encourage you to share our link, invite a friend, love us, like us, whatever it is, so we can build our following. We have made tremendous strides over the last 11 months, and next month, the 14th, will be our first year anniversary. We lost a lot of our fans because our page was compromised, so we had to rename to get another page, which is TI Room, but we also, which is a profile actually, because the way Facebook works, you must have a profile page to have a page. So we had to reconstruct and come back with TI Room, and now we've added our page, the Issues Room. So they both kind of interplay. So we just wanted to make that very clear. So when you see TI Room, those of you who are familiar with the Issues Room, just go ahead and accept our request to befriend us or to follow us. So having said that, let me be joined now by Moses Sandy in Delaware. Moses, welcome to our 80th edition here in the Issues Room.
Thank you, Volcano. And let me say hi to our many viewers and followers globally. We are happy to be back in the issues room as we always do. Today it's going to be another thought provoking discussion on issues in Liberia. We'll be taking a critical look at a number of critical issues obtaining in Liberia. And we will also be discussing the U.S.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
Sure, welcome.
yeah. So I'd like to invite you who are out there, come in the chat room. Let us know you're here with us. You can comment. You can join us when we open the lines. So you can ask questions or make comments. But Moses, let's start with trending news. And usually you go first tonight. Let's flip it around.
Yeah, let me
Let me
let you
start.
take the
Yeah,
kickoff.
yeah. Let me take the lead. And
Yeah.
so the Central Bank of Liberia accordingly will be releasing a batch of coins and other banknotes, uh, but in different denominations on the Liberian market in September, or infused in the economy in September. So they're taking us back to the days when we used coins. Accordingly, um, they will have banknotes and coins. They did not say the numeration in the coins, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a penny, a 10 cents, 5 cents, quarter, whatever. But it's in the tune of 48.74, 734, actually 48, nearly $49 billion to be minted and printed in a 3-year period. So that was the total money, but they're going to be doing the 2021, which they did just around, you remember, Christmas, somewhere in December,
Yeah.
and they just brought a little teaser on the market,
Mhm.
and the other ones they put in the pockets because we didn't see it. Um,
Yeah.
so this is the second batch that they are to be releasing into the economy on the 20 rather in September of 2022, and the next batch will be printed in 2020, released in 2024. So
Okay.
my thought here is we are going to be president in 2024, So they've
and
already
and that
planned.
and that that's the question that you just took from our lip,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, they're very hopeful. They're very confident. Put it that way. So the denominations now that they will be releasing in September will be coins. Again, we don't know, but they
Yeah.
have committed to releasing the $5 and $10, $20, $50, $500, and $1,000 bill. But let's look at the coins.
Yeah.
The reason behind the coins is that many of the consumers have suffered as a result of the lower denominations being mutilated, and they can't find them on the market. So if I went and bought something for $70 and I give $100, if there's no $30 to be given back,
So you
I,
you will
I,
just end
I
up waiving your $30.
yes, yes,
Oh wow.
yes, and that's what happening. So you waive your $30 and that's it. So they said that a lot of consumers are, frowning on this, and so there's a need for at least the coins. The good part about the coins, it doesn't get mutilated easily. You remember we were using the 10 cents, the 1 cent from America, the 50 cents, the dollar, the quarter,
Yeah.
and then later on Doe came and brought his own thing,
Introduce.
the
Yeah.
7 corner. Yeah,
7 corners. Yeah.
yeah. So that's coming up in September, and we need to be paying attention, and let's see how that's going to play out. So let me let you come in.
Yeah, quickly. The only concern I have about that, in terms of transporting money, this is taking us back to the 1980s. It means that if you have hundreds of Liberian dollars
Hmm.
beginning September, transporting that from one point to another is going to be a little bit challenging. You'll be taking a lot of coins with you, and that will also endanger the safety of people moving here and there.
Hmm.
Criminals will begin to
Hmm.
tell individuals, that will be carrying bags of coins. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely, my man. And some of the people then who quit to get drunk so they get paid, and they're holding their coins. That's a lot of money to
Well,
be
that's
passing
allowed.
around. And when I say a lot of money, it's not because it's plenty,
Yeah,
but just
but
the fact
the
that it's
bag, my
weight
man.
to carry.
Yeah, you're carrying the bag. Yeah.
So again, we don't know the numeration
Yeah.
in it and how much the coins will be, whether it will be $5 coin, $20 coin, or $50 coin, or $100 coin.
Hmm.
Uh, but I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna be able to infuse this in the economy and how the people will be receptive to
Yeah.
this new phenomenon. Because I tell you, since the eradication of the 7 corner,
Hmm.
you're talking people at the age of 35 now in Liberia don't know that money.
No, no, no,
I have used it.
no.
So 35 years old people know nothing that we have coins in Liberia.
Hmm.
So to bring that, I don't know how it's gonna play out. And
It is
so
going
the
to be
security
another
aspect
beginning.
of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the only fundamental truth around this is if it would be on the market, it will help with the ease of this changing, when you
Yeah.
purchase, you get your change, and it will help with the longevity. But
Yeah.
it doesn't really do well.
Yeah. But security wise, there are too many risks.
Yeah.
You know,
The
I mean,
longevity
take
of
for
it of it being able to stay without mutilating fast like the notes.
yeah, and if I may just use you, Volcano, as an example, you leave from here, go to Liberia for a visit, and you stop at the
Exactly.
local bank to do
Eh,
transaction. This man puppy just came, and and you saw the bag with the man, and then that boy will come.
but not only that though,
Yeah,
that would be bribing again. You go to the bank and say, "My man, I don't want no iron. They'll give me only bank note."
yeah,
The
that's it,
teller
man.
expect you to get money.
Of course,
Otherwise,
that.
yeah. So yeah, in America, my man, you can pick. You can even hold the money. You say they want, I want it. You give
Yeah,
it back, they will
they
take
get
it.
about yeah.
But in Liberia, you tell people say I just want only notes because I only here on vacation. I'm able to deal with it or coins. They will not do it. They will
No,
give
they
you
won't.
all that coin,
Go
or
ahead.
they'll come. We know we ain't got no bank note now. That's also coin here. But let's find small thing so we can go talk to the manager and see if yeah. So
And
that whole new corruption thing now is not open. Oh.
of course, man, nobody open another chopping again for the bankers and the tellers, and all the other guys, the top executives at these banks, or even in the business areas. People will also be doing that. You go
Yeah.
out, they say, well, this is what you need to do. So this is going to be another change in lifestyle for our people. Moving here and there is going to be a little bit, challenging. Now people are on motorbikes. Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, but the man will just check your bag from
They
you.
take your bag from you and care.
How market women will be able to get a little money. The way to, how much money you can tie in your lapa now.
Yeah, those days
Yeah.
right now you get your labrenda, you tie it. Nobody will even know that you got anything, but you
Yeah,
got a
but
whole
without
bag
knowing
filled, my
how
man.
you tie. So
Yeah.
how did it come about to think that this is going to be good? Uh, I mean, it's just. I think they needed to try to do much. Do much with uh, uh, getting a better contract to do a better uh,
Yeah.
durable money, who should be better than the notes that they have that quick to. And again, my man, the people can treat money bad in Liberia.
Okay.
You take
Okay.
$100 with no crease on it, no
Yeah.
mark. You
Hmm.
hand it to the contractor guy. The first thing, man, just roll out the money and do all kind of things to it and stick it in the hole.
Wow.
My man, if I keep your money like this, somebody jam my money, my day finish, I would die.
What?
Now what part for the doors? Everybody looking
Yeah.
for an opportunity to
Yeah.
steal.
Yes,
So people got to do that. Here in America, I'm not saying that you can't.
No, you
If
don't
you
have
lay your
to.
banknotes in your wallet, they
Yeah.
all better
Yeah.
shape. That's
Well
it.
organized, my man.
Yeah.
Well organized.
So people don't use
Gotta do that.
those things. And market women, soon they get in the money, they'll hand the fish steam or the
Man,
drive
if
to the
you take
back,
the thing and put it under the
yeah,
tablecloth, yeah,
or the red palmer,
they put it
then the
there.
money will mess up. So
Yeah.
Liberian people can't treat money with respect. They don't know how
Yeah.
to. It's just filthy. But let's
Yes.
go to the next thing.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay.
You.
So
Mhm.
the last thing I wanted to talk about is the the national exams. When we're in Liberia, we say WAEC. They in
Yeah.
Liberia they say WASI or
Was
WAS.
okay.
They're
Okay.
still confused over the pronunciation is
Yes.
WASCE.
Yeah. Was
We
okay.
had WAEC
You
WAEC.
see why? Yeah.
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 So, but it's still under the West African Examination Council.
Hmm.
But the exams that they take is called West African Examination Senior Student Certificate Examination, something like that.
Okay.
And so for the 4,000 students combined, and that included uh the third grader, the sixth grader, the ninth grader.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
third
Yeah,
graders are
third
all
grader.
taking exam now.
Yeah, from the news story at trending. So
What? Volcano,
yeah,
another cut you off. I'm a little bit disappointed that third graders
yes,
will be
it used to
required
be
to
it
sit.
used to be sixth, ninth, and 12th, but now I
Yeah.
saw third grade.
Oh wow.
So third, sixth, ninth, and 12th.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
but go
anyway,
ahead. Yeah.
about 44,000 12th graders sat the national exams in May,
Hmm.
and all of that amount, they're still counting. So we not sure yet, but
Yeah.
649 12th graders failed. They failed the exams.
Six
Uh,
hundred and 49.
649, but all of the
How many
counts.
how many thousands of students sat the exam?
I said 44,000
And 649 fail. Oh
as
wow.
of what they have counted now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They're still,
Okay,
they're
so
still
far,
counting.
yeah, so far,
And
okay.
from what they've seen so far, Riverside County
Yeah.
is stopping regarding passing rate.
Wow.
And
I think that's commendable.
more females passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very, very commendable.
So
And
Riverside County has the highest third grade, sixth grade, and 12th graders.
wow.
So when you
In,
think about Riverside County, I've seen some of the schools that show about Riverside County, no blackboard,
nothing.
diet. So my
I don't
brother,
know.
Moses,
Yeah,
let me say
yeah.
this. I graduated from a public school.
I did
People
as
brag about the
well.
private school and the Ivy League and all of that. Those walls don't make you. When you go into a corridor to learn with an attitude to learn, my brother, if someone on the other end is giving you knowledge and you take that knowledge in, it's better than being in a flamboyant classroom with state of the art and you're not paying attention. So sometimes the school don't make you.
I agree.
It is the
Absolutely.
material that being presented to you and how you incorporate those materials and utilize them. And so Riverside County, of all places,
I tell you.
third, sixth, and 12th graders. So
Wow.
that's the plus. So
Yeah,
we're
and
waiting for the other counts and see how far, you know. But I think this is more like a preliminary release. Just how when you're doing the election,
yeah, elections, yeah. Yeah,
who knows? Maybe
and
maybe it will change by the time they settle the dust,
okay.
the
But
number.
for now, Volcano, I think the issues room would like to join the people of Liberia in saying hats off to Riverside County for the outstanding academic performance. Because when you speak of national development in Liberia, Riverside is one of the least. I saw a structure via social media that was referred to as a school. I was disappointed
Moses,
to
I've
to
never been
hear
to
that.
I've never been to River says I don't even know the road that goes
Oh
to
yeah,
River.
Riverside is one of the
They
least.
say you gotta go through Buchanan or Grand Bassa or something. But not only that, River says the Queen of Liberia now from
Yeah.
Riverside County
Wow.
just won the Miss Liberia
Okay. That's good
from Riverside
news.
County.
We are happy for Riverside, man. I
Yep.
mean, good things happening in Riverside.
You know that who hometown? Coming to
No.
Wisa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, coming to Wisa is from Riverside.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I played Senator G. Von Smith, Francis P., and the others. They have to do a lot of work. Riverside is uh, underdeveloped. There's extreme poverty in Riverside.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
let's
I'm
move
not
to our
trying to
next
put the
clip.
county down, but there's extreme poverty in Riverside County.
Yeah, we're dwelling on trending news. We're gone 18 minutes. So let's do the last clip
Yeah,
before we go.
yeah. So from my end, I rather want to commend and I want to say I have a high degree of respect for the rule of law in the United States. I was shocked when the news broke yesterday that the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, conducted a search at their home of former US President Donald Trump in Palm Beach, Florida. Dr. Trump's residence, referred to as Mar-a-Lago, was searched by the FBI, and that came as a surprise to the former president. And he labeled the search as an assault. The search of former President Trump home on Monday signals a major escalation in the various investigation into the final stages of his presidency. Former President Trump, in the wake of what happened a few years ago in Washington, D.C., he and his supporters are being probed. And now you tell me this, Volcano, where in Africa? Let us go beyond Liberia. Where in Africa where a former president home will be searched? Not only searched, but a former president will be investigated for quote unquote bad governance, for quote unquote crime. Where in Africa do we hear that? Or have we ever heard about that happening? Volcano? I'd like to pause and give it to you.
I think it's happened. I think it's happened in Africa. I just need to do the research and put my hand around it. But
Hmm.
worrying this guy, Jacob Zuma from South Africa, if I
Hmm.
recalled,
Okay.
he was put in jail for corruption charges. So it's
Okay.
happened. It's happened every now and then. But if you're thinking about Liberia, that should be your focal point. It's going to happen in Liberia. Um, so,
Yeah.
because some of our presidents, the only really surviving president that left power with corruption hanging all over ahead, and because this current president knew what he was coming to do, did
Hmm.
not go after her. Is the case of Liberia. Taylor didn't have the opportunity to because he's in jail. Joe didn't have the opportunity because he was
Yeah.
assassinated or executed.
Assassinated. Yeah.
It's executed, put it that way.
Yeah.
And Talbot, on the other hand, didn't have the opportunity to be charged or tried.
Hmm.
Instead, he was assassinated. So yeah, but in the case of Liberia, we don't know when we'll have a situation like that.
That's one of our greatest challenges in Liberia,
Yeah.
especially with George Weah. The government remains uncommitted to the rule of law.
So Moses, tonight we have three bullets to cover. One of those bullets, as top priority, is on the current state minister
Hmm.
of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Nathaniel McGill. Um, he has been, marauding around the capital and in the hinterland, going places, making donations, and justifying some of the donations that are being made. Because you and I are wondering, where is he getting this money coming out of pocket? When here's a man who did not have a home prior to becoming president, state minister. Uh, when he said he took money from the bank within the first few months
Yeah.
of the ascendancy of their government to own a home, so there was loan. Has he paid that loan off, cash down, or is he paying on payment plan like you and myself who doing mortgage?
Yeah.
But where is he getting all this money from? He even talked about being a resident of McGill County. I didn't go to see his property. I'm not going to sit here and lie about it. But according to folks from around the VOA area on the Roberts International Highway,
Hmm.
he has a lot of properties out there. I believe it's probably rental properties, and he lives there. In fact, he paved the road from the main road, Cement Street, all the way inside.
Yeah.
Um, thank you. That's development for the labor.
Hmm.
But in all of this, he's justified. And one of his trips around the country, that if the people say I'm stealing the money, if I steal the money, yeah, I'm using it, yeah, I'm beating her, I'm taking it to Europe. Everyone die, everyone stay here. Eh? How about the other
Yeah.
people who stole, they carry it to America, they carry other places.
In fact, he made specific reference to the Salif administration,
Yeah,
former
yeah, yeah,
officials. Yeah.
yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
every other people from Sali government, they took it, they did what they had to. We here, we building, we
We're
give it
using
back
it
to the
right in the
country.
country. Yeah.
So everyone die, everyone remain here. Somebody will say, oh, you know what? A former late state minister
Yeah.
who built that building over there.
Yeah.
So it's all on social media, it's all over the place that this man is justifying that corruption is acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
Justifying that putting his hands in monies that don't belong to him, monies that belong to the country, is justifiable. Moses?
Yeah. Before we even delve into the recent pronouncement justifying thievery in the public sector, let's take a closer look at the man Nathaniel McGill, the position he occupies, and who is he in government. Nathaniel McGill, Minister McGill, in today's Liberia. He is considered the de facto president of the Republic of Liberia. So when we use the word de facto, it means that uh, exercising political power as if legally constituted or authorized. Taking onto yourself authorities that wasn't given you legally, but yet you exercise that authority, if to say you are the person in charge. And in we as Liberia, that's what happening. Nathaniel McGill is one of the most powerful person in Liberia. Minister McGill, in terms of power, in terms of influence in Liberia, is more powerful than Joel Howard Taylor, the elected vice president. If you check on social media, there are a number of clippings. Everywhere Nathaniel McGill goes, he claims the attention of the public. He come across as more presidential than George Weah himself. Now let's look at
So
the
Moses,
position. Yes,
so before you get to that,
yeah,
I just wanted to play the clip so that the audience
sure, yeah,
probably
yeah.
those
Play that, yeah, play that. That'll be
who haven't
helpful.
heard him
Yeah,
can really understand that we're not making this up.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
Roll
right.
that.
Okay.
Money. But he have seen money get like brand for a good thing. Because Ali I see that carrying euro. Some point in the country all good stealing money. But he have seen money get like brand for a good thing. Because Ali I see that carrying euro. Some point in the country all government are in joint interest. That's the money. But we tell no money, the school will get will go to our people there, go there, see what invest. I can't be all in bank and invest. So I'm going to tell the money I carry the Ghana, correct? But bank and get it out of me, I will take it from you, Gary. And I'll leave it here. Yes. If they go take me, I will carry it with me. I want grandchildren, I will kind of see the ones there, but bank and looking back. They go book power on it. These are the things we'll be doing. I just want to say thank you to for doing what you're doing. What is the young man doing? They're doing part. One day will not be represented.
Yeah, that's Nathaniel McGill. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Minister Nathaniel McGill. And so let's look at the law, the authority which legally that's assigned to him. Section 2.1 of the new executive law gives the president, George Manuel Weah, the power and authority to appoint an official within his office with the title of Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. The Minister of State for Presidential Affairs is a member of the cabinet and the principal assistant to the president. In terms of ranking, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs is above all other ministers, directors, commissioners, including but not limited to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. In the executive branch of the Liberian government, that's the power that Mr. McGill wields. Okay, now let's look at his primary responsibilities. He has the authority to organize, as directed by the president, cabinet meetings, and he's also responsible for proper maintenance of all records of such meetings. He is the principal deputy to the president. He's the gateway to the president. And And he also performed other executive tasks assigned him by the president. But what we see happening in today, and if you do the comparative analysis of Volcano, you compare Minister McGill to Maurice Dukley, former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs in the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government. You compare Minister McGill to the former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs in the Sirleaf administration, Willie Knuckles, John Ramsey, G. Alvin Jones, in Samuel Doe administration, and the others. All of these guys.
Yeah, wasn't J. Estrada Bernard? Was he? I thought.
I'm not sure, but G. Alvin Jones,
Yeah,
is
J.
the
Estrada
former
Bernard,
Minister of State. Yeah.
And then the late E. Reginald Townsend.
Yeah, so all the
Probably.
guys
Yeah.
will held this position before, in previous administration. Nathaniel McGill, the authority he exercises in Liberia today, none of them ever did. McGill literally runs Liberia. He runs Liberia. George Weah follows. McGill, Samuel Tua, and the others, as principal assistant to the president, Nathaniel McGill is indeed a supervisor of the president. But instead of the president himself being in charge of things, it's Minister McGill who run things around. He holds major conferences. He makes policy pronouncements. He dishes out money to all groups. He came to the United States, he made a pledge of $100,000 to the Union of Liberian Associations in
Was it
America.
100 or 300?
No,
Oh,
he
it was
he
100,000, but
he
he
get
said they will put
$100,000,
300,000.
and he told them that they will put $300,000 in the
Okay.
budget on an
In the
annual
budget.
basis for them. I'm not sure if that money has delivered. Over the weekend when he went to Calcutta, he gave intellectual forum called Atai Center. He said, "Hey, gentlemen, I'm just driving through. I will leave you guys here with $1,000 to drink Atai." And he promised to give them $500,000 as his due payment. He also pledged, I think, $100 million to Liberian women in Calcutta. He went to Bone County. He made similar pledges. There are a lot of video clippings out there on him, and he come across as the man in charge.
So listen.
He organizes news conferences. He make international representation. I have to say he runs the show, the functions. He's more under the glare, or he's in the glare as compared to the president himself.
So listen.
Yes.
This is nicknames.
Yeah.
I heard one of these clips. They call him Porcupine. They call him John the Baptist. They said the man is John the Baptist.
Yeah.
Then they started equating the man to Jesus Christ. Everywhere he went, he was doing good.
Good, yeah.
They were singing. That's
the clips are out there.
So Moses,
yeah,
we've talked about understanding McGill and we'll continue. But what happens with the Liberian people? What type of mindset are these people now today that don't believe in their well-being?
I don't know.
That just decided that, you know what? We'll just live like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best we have. Yeah. Because Paku, since 1847, you're the best president. People are jeering, people are clapping, the man is justifying criminality, corruption.
Thievery, yeah.
As he speaks, they are jeering. Everybody say, I'm stealing, but if I'm stealing, I'm giving the money back to you. I'm doing something for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In fact, they're celebrating the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So
And
we in a serious problem. This is not about Nathaniel McGill now. This is not about George Weah. This is about the Liberian people, and the very Liberian people who are sitting around these people and allowing them and jeering them and clapping for them and okaying
yes,
and battle crying,
everything
battle
is fine.
crying.
Yeah. Hmm.
They are the problems.
Of
Because
course
I
they
was
are.
just thinking here the other day to myself, my generation, the bulk of our lives was spent around crisis, 1980. We're picking them stapling Mao, we didn't even know our way. Then come 1985, but then before that we had the student riot, the 1984 incident with Grady Allison, and then 85 come, the student riot, and then come the Civil War. But in that
Yeah.
time of 1980 to 1990, our young generation of young people like you and myself who were looking
Young
for
people then,
knowledge,
yeah, yeah.
we're not running the streets. There was nothing called battle cry and zigwe and all these things that the people just came up with. There was none of those things. I want to think our yo-yo,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yo
You know
yo, yeah, yo yo, yeah.
yeah.
Those
That
days,
was,
yeah.
that was a yo-yo.
Yo yo, yeah.
So say one, so say all.
That's it.
But they've taken it to another level and to the point that they're throwing hints. Edison, nothing good can come from up here, bring it to all with D-Way, yo. Hey, Edison, Joe, we are a footy member. When you bring your footy up with D-Way, yo. Hey,
But yeah,
what is this? So this
yeah,
generation will inherit our country.
yeah.
Look at the crowd behind Nathaniel McGill.
Magay.
Those, where did you see that happen in our generation? Why I would leave my classroom, I'll leave my study to be walking behind Fred Blade, who was post minister,
Yeah,
or G. Alvin Jones, like you said, who walking around the place and
Mhm.
blessing people.
yeah.
We
Throwing
didn't
money
have to
all
do
over the
that.
place. Yeah.
We didn't have to do that.
No,
But I just
nobody
thought,
did that.
I just wanted you to look at it from that perspective that the Liberian people are enabling. They are the enablers of why these people are doing what they're doing.
Volcano, it's a very strong word you use, and and I want us to look at the situation in Liberia from another perspective too. A greater percentage of our people live in abject poverty. So when you see McGill at an Thai center dishing out US dollars to individuals who maybe a whole year have not seen 20 US dollar, waiting I may say. The people are poor. They are exploiting McGill, Samuel Toy, George Weah, and the others are exploiting the situation of our people. Our people are poor. They loot the country and they give the people what? Crumbs. When the people get the crumbs, then they jubilate. Oh, the man is a nice man. The man is a nice man. These people came, they went into the nation's coffer. What did they do? They took $25 million. That money remains unaccounted for. The road fund remains unaccounted for. And you got McGill running all over the place, dishing out money. He goes to Bone County on a regular basis. You have the president in the country. Let's look at George Weah's roles and duties briefly. When you're president, what your job duties are and responsibilities are, as defined under the Constitution of Liberia. The president of the Republic of Liberia is the head of state and government of Liberia. The president serves as the leader of the executive branch and as commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. The president conducts all matters of foreign policy through, though any treaties or international agreement must be ratified by the national legislature. The Constitution gives the president the power to execute laws, veto legislation, command the military, and engage with foreign leaders. into this Liberia, who do you see talking to foreign leaders? What interacts with foreign leaders? What make those policy pronouncements? It is Samuel Tue. It is Nathaniel McGill. Jefferson Koji, who does not even understand what it means to be a city mayor. These are the people that make the policy pronouncements in Liberia, and George Weah follows. Because Mr. Weah doesn't understand his job duties and responsibilities.
Process, let me come in here quick.
Yeah.
People are writing here to saying that I shouldn't blame the Liberian people. But let's be practically honest here tonight.
Mhm.
I don't think the Liberian people don't know what corruption is, and they don't know the smell of it. Just the other day, I mentioned the president of Peru, Castillo,
Yeah.
who just came to power on July 28th last year, is now on a hot seat. The people are asking for his resignation due to corruption. Peru is not as much different from Liberia. There are a lot of people who are poor,
Mhm.
people who live in abject poverty, people who live in the mountains, but these people know when what they deserve is being deprived of them. They know. So Thomas Awaji did mention here, you sleeping in zinc shack that's leaking less than 3 meals a day, but you jeering up somebody who, because he's passing through and he's blessing people with your own money.
Yeah.
And one pastor, I saw him preach, he said that politicians, they take your own money and give it back to you as if to say they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
That's what politicians do. They give you your own money back. They deprive you the incentives to live decent. Because if people are not poor and in abject poverty, like I said, Nathaniel McGill walks the street, I keep going on my business. I don't have the time to walk behind you and jeer and put pen and be blowing horn because I got food to eat. I can go home and go sit down and watch my TV or do something or sit down in my air conditioner. So why I be walking? So in a normal time of things, you saw it. People didn't have the time to walk behind people in the street and be jeering there. They say they're shutting down. The man go to Banga. He takes the whole street.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? You're impeding commerce.
Of course.
You're impeding progress. You're impeding transport. People can't commute because Mr. Minister is walking the whole place and no one gives a crap. The mayor of Banga, who's supposed to say, my man, I know you're coming to walk, but please leave one side of the lane so my people can continue. But everybody buys into this nonsense.
But man,
everybody buys into it. And nobody is being practical here and thinking outside of the box. So the Liberian people are enabling these people to do what they're doing. Yeah. And I use the word Liberian people because all of us are in the boat together.
Yeah, but like what you were saying, right, Volcano, fortunately for you and I, if McGill came to Philadelphia today, he's walking around, you and I would pay little or no attention to him.
Even because of town hall meeting, I got no reason to go there.
No,
so what
we have some level of control over our lives. But in a country where majority of the people barely surviving at the skin of their teeth, then Nathaniel McGill and the others become heroes overnight. And that's what is happening. You saw the man you saw the man when he went to Nimba, when he was walking the streets of Nimba. Everything came to a standstill. The man went to Bone County last weekend. Everything came to a standstill. The man was in Calcutta. Everything came to a standstill. I said, this man is more presidential than George Weah himself.
But I don't know if this is true. I heard that the man is being groomed after Weah hoped for 6 years.
Yeah.
Making it 12.
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel McGill, you shouldn't be surprised. He might be putting his hat in the race. So now he's practicing. He's getting his feet wet. He wants to understand the crowd. He wants to be able to relate to the crowd.
Yeah.
And so he's being a little too gestural, overly gestural with the Liberian people money, giving it back to them.
Throwing it out there.
Here and there. And so they feel good about it. But Moses, let's quickly go to break here. We're at 7:45. If you just joining us, want to welcome you to this conversation here tonight in the issues room. We're discussing the things that matter and those things that are very, very important to our country. A lot of you, we encourage you to join us because, to be honest with you, this is about Liberia. This is not about one particular person. Of course, they are the players, they are the shakers and makers. So we reference them. But in the grand scheme of things, the Liberian people hold their own destiny.
Mhm.
We continue to say that. So we come on Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 p.m. in Liberia or those countries within the Greenwich time zone. We encourage all of you. We know that you can build this platform, make it yours. Thank you to some of you who have continued to hang around with us. We say we believe in you just like you believe in what we say. Promise we. Thank you for coming through. Varney Hardy, Emmanuel Jackson from Boston, Flomo Livingstone, Alfred Cowboy, Thomas Awaji, of course, ever present, Orlando Ware Kringa, my man. Good evening, welcome. And you were trying to correct something here. He says that Coming we say is actually from River G. Well,
Oh, okay. Okay.
so I
Okay.
knew it was
That's
some
good. Thank
I
you.
knew it
Yeah.
was some kind of river. You know,
Yeah.
river says River G. It had to
So
be
reward and
it
reward,
had to
right?
be some river. All right. We also want to welcome Amy Bachu. Thank you so much for joining us here
So we
tonight.
get an agreement, man. Reward and reward,
Yeah.
man.
And Gumeni Seku, my girl, what's happening, man? It's been a long time. Welcome to the Issues Room. Thank you all for coming through. Share the link, invite a friend. Moses,
Yeah.
so we've called Mr. McGill.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we said that this guy runs the country and he should be coming to the States, I believe, early next month or the
Oh,
end
wow.
toward the end of
Okay.
this month. He should be here in Philadelphia. So
Okay.
let's see how the crowd will be behind. Let him go walk on Woodland Avenue.
Yeah,
Because
and see
Woodland
who will
Avenue
follow, and see who will
that
follow here.
yeah, Woodland Avenue that Liberian community. So let him walk there and see who will build. And then let him go walk in the street and say he's blocking the people road.
Yeah.
And the
No.
police guy here lock him up. You know,
Yeah, my man.
what
The
stuff
man
is
is a
this?
hero. One night hero, my
What
man.
kind of stuff is this?
Yeah, my man.
No, you just walk, you just take over the people whole street
Yeah, man, run
and
things
shut
up.
down commerce.
Yeah, the man runs things around there. And quickly before we go, I just want to say, I'm sure Volcano, you agree with me on this. When talk in terms of popularity in today's Liberia, Nathaniel McGill is even more popular than the vice president. When last you ever heard Jewel's name? She's never in the picture. Everything is McGill, 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 McGill. George Weah never speak to journalists. It is McGill who does that. So he runs the show, and George Weah follows.
Well, let her
Yeah.
even not worry about Joel because she's paying for her statement, her sin. When she said, if you join our CDC, you will not get drugs and you will suffer in the town. So let her pay for her own sin and her own
So the
comment.
money closer up,
Yeah.
eh?
She didn't know she was dealing with come beginning. She didn't begin just coming and give her bread and butter. I beg you here, my man.
My
Man,
God,
they see money before. When they turn the coffers key to them,
yeah.
the reserve. When
The
Samuel
boy
Tua,
play real well.
when Samuel Tua walk into that safe, and he saw the US dollar pack over Israel, he said, "But we're not. They think that true. Israel they play. I'm the finance minister. I control the money.
Yeah.
For real."
I'm being my
Oh, then
husband.
they said, "Gentlemen, it's time to eat." Then I first $25 million. You say you take it, you go map and get money around. No hit, no tail.
Everything breeze.
What kind of trouble is this? What type of trouble Liberia see?
Yeah.
And you know what bothers me, Moses? These
No.
people do these things and get away with it.
Oh yeah.
Systemically,
Impunity.
time and time immemorial. And then you got people who are supposed to be Liberians to cry out against these kind of ills, these kind of, broad day hatred for the country, unpatriotic attitude to go and say, "Oh, yeah, lead the people, man." Ellen did it.
Yeah, Ellen
Edo did it. So we'll continue to revert to the past and say
Mhm.
we want to create a better future.
Yeah.
For me, I tell you tonight, all you people listening to me, I have given up on my own future for Liberia.
And
I've given up. Because
Uncharted
if
de
we continue
unto.
to be going back and justifying the wickedness of the people who lead us, then of course our generation we must just forget it.
I agree. I agree.
But the sad thing is, the young people who's supposed to inherit the country, there's no program for them.
Nothing.
There's no program for them. There's nothing that we're doing to really enhance their production to become productive citizens in human development. Capital of our country is sitting in ghettos. They're doing battlegrounds all over the place. Today we have 44,000 students taking the national exams. And up to now, you know, we're probably going to have many more to fill. But interestingly, I thought to bring this up since we're about to
Yeah.
leave McGill.
Yeah.
McGill said when President Weah came to power, I believe he said something around 6,000 students in the University of Liberia. Today, because of his free education, you got 18 to 20,000 students.
Mhm.
But let's stop there, Moses.
Yeah.
Let's be practical here. For conducive learning, the class size matter. The size of the class matter,
Of course it does. Matters a lot.
right?
Matters a
So
lot.
if a space was taking 6,000 students, and let's just say 10,000 students,
Yeah.
and that space could contain 10,000 students structurally to give them good quality education, and you made it free, and now you double the
The
attendance,
class sizes, yeah.
how will you really get good instruction?
It's not
Material,
possible.
benches, chairs, blackboards, electricity, bathroom, sanitation, all these things when you double it. And you
Of
make
course.
it free, but you're not incentivizing the free.
Absolutely.
You're not incentivizing the free.
No.
So these people now are caught up in a conundrum where they don't know the Liberian man said they can't G nor haul. So why are you bragging about something you already damaging?
They ruin the
Because we have
system.
made education free doesn't mean that for real
Yeah.
that is good quality education.
No.
Because there
And
can't be a good quality education if you cramp the size of the class size.
but and just to piggyback on what you said quickly, right? They are boasting of free education. Go to Tottenham University today in Maryland, Harper, Maryland. Underfunded. Literally not functioning. Go to the various community colleges in Liberia. They all remain underfunded, ill-equipped. Go to the University of Liberia that they're boasting about. Underfunded, ill-equipped. So then what's this whole news about we got 21,000 students? Yeah, okay, you got the number, but do you have the professors? Do you have the maintenance crews to maintain those bathrooms? Do you have books? Do you have chairs? So sometimes you see these things just, to fool our people, but people don't do the critical analysis. That's what our people need to do the critical analysis. Look at this in dollars and cents and look
But
at the
Moses,
implications. Yeah.
right here in America, these
Mhm.
halls that we all go to say we're holding wedding, we're holding occasions at, don't they
Yeah.
give you the size,
Of
the
course, they
capacity?
tell you, they give you the capacity. They
And
say
as soon as you
300
blow
at
that number,
300.
the fire department is there.
Yeah.
As soon as you start, when the people kind of look at the place, say, no. Some people got to get outside.
Yeah.
One time I was at an occasion, we were changing shift. Well, I'm telling you, the people said only the number was supposed to be in there.
That's
Some
it.
were changing shifts. Some people come out and catch fresh air, they wait more. Some of them men they come out. That's how serious the people are when it comes to capacity. Right here in
Wow.
Philadelphia. Yeah.
Woo. Wow.
The fire department or us out with all the serene, all because if fire breaks up,
Yeah.
that's
Who
a
would be
serious
there?
problem.
Who
So
would
when
be
you're
there?
breaking about you got 21,000, you got 20,000 students in the classroom at the university, but it's underfunded, it's not incentivized. It's a waste.
It's a waste of time.
It's just
man.
another number you're calling
Yeah.
with no substance.
Waste of
So
time.
let us stop doing this, Mr. Weir and Mr. McGill. Stop bragging that you're building 4 or 5 hospitals when JFK cannot even, admit patients because they don't have the space, they don't have the medication, they don't have those things. But when the patients get submitted, the family got to bring their own food every day.
Oh yeah. And then they send you across the street to buy
You have to
drugs.
lock your pharmacy to buy a drug. When a woman going to have give birth, she carries everything from toilet paper to Clorox to gloves for the nurses to use.
Yeah.
Carry her own gloves. What type of country is this?
It's sad.
So in 4.5 years, look at where we are as a nation.
Yep.
Everything is on the poor people. But you're bragging, you built 3 hospitals, 4 hospitals, you're doing this. You're building roads from here to there. But even building the roads, if you don't have the infrastructure that those roads feed, then what build a road to nowhere?
But do you have maintenance? Do you have maintenance plans? You need to have maintenance plans for those roads. Not only building roads, you gotta have maintenance plans.
So Moses, let's drive into our next segment since we got into the healthcare thing and we wanted to talk about this man who allegedly committed suicide because he was a patient at the John F. Kennedy Medical Center. While there, he was being treated, and accordingly, his family was taking everything to him, food and what have you. And then when his family decided they would discharge him, they brought a bill. He just couldn't believe it. He said, but hey, Lola, I will not leave from here, so let me just end it.
My man
jumps from the 3rd floor.
Yeah, to his death.
And then there are other stories where he was using a bathroom and fell through the window.
Yeah, so, that's what the government is reporting.
Yeah. So how possible is that? You're using the bathroom and fall through the window?
Fall through the
JFK
window.
not zinc shack. JFK not mud house.
Yeah. Man.
JFK, that concrete building that we all know, designed and built for safety. So how would that happen? Somebody has to climb through the window and jump to the death.
Of course.
Right? So
absolutely.
I found the clip here from
you can look for it. While you look for that, let me just the gentleman names is Dennis Kuhn. Dennis was 43.
All right. I have it right here.
Okay, so just roll it.
Okay. I think I gotta go back. Continue. You were saying
Dennis. Dennis
children,
was
right?
Yeah, he was a family man. He was married. He was taken to the hospital for medical care. The bill came. It was overwhelming for him because they have this policy at JFK when you go for treatment, if you cannot afford to make the payment on the day of discharge, then they hold you as a hostage.
Yeah. So let me get to the clip.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're not getting audio.
Yeah. Go forward here and see. It's not. I don't know why.
You can see it, right?
Yeah. He should be talking now. I don't know why he's not.
The boy is talking, but
okay.
I don't know why there's no audio.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, why it's not coming up? Oh. Gosh. Okay. Is that video not mute?
All right. Good.
Okay. You got it. Okay. Yeah.
The last
there we go.
Okay.
Which happened there. Yes. Wow. So they couldn't they couldn't say anything at all.
Nothing.
Wow. So now since they happened, they just told you say, oh, you come home there. But where the body stay at JFK.
They stay there. The enemies are call him. The body stayed there.
Did not say anything.
Nothing is saying about you.
Are you there? Hello? Hello? Are you there, Volcano?
Moses, I'm here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So what happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Everything's cut off?
Yeah, we went completely blank.
Wow. Okay. I'm so sorry, Moses. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I came back
Yeah.
and then because I was on the other side on
Oh,
Facebook
okay.
trying to clear
Oh,
the
okay.
yeah, and then I
Okay.
came back and saw that we were
Yeah, we're
totally blank.
completely blank.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so
Did you play the video
yeah,
completely?
yeah. The
Okay.
video revived the conversation anyway because
Okay. Okay.
the guy who did the recording
Mm-hmm.
was talking to the son. And there were a
Okay.
lot of children, so those
Okay.
children could be anywhere around 8 or
Oh,
9 kids,
okay.
and the wife
Yeah.
was sitting there. But
Yeah.
accordingly, they have tried to put some money together to go and free the man from hostage
Mm-hmm.
because I was not from the
Yeah.
hospital.
He was being held. Yeah.
Yeah, and only for her to be told that her husband went to use the bathroom and fell from the third floor. That's the story. Went to
Yeah.
use the bathroom
And
and
he fell.
fell from the third floor. So did he fall through the staircase? Did he
I don't
climb through the
know.
window? Was the bathroom, you know, in a way that anyone who was not careful will fall through? So he said that the police are investigating. But as it stands, they're not releasing the man because he has not paid the
Yeah.
hospital bill, and the family need to pay the hospital bill before they can release his body. So right now, except maybe things have changed, but up to the moment of that interview, his body was still in the mortuary. at
Yeah, at
JFK.
JFK, hospital administration refused to turn the body over to the family because the bill what he owed remained unpaid. And Volcano, when I heard this, when I saw that video, it actually broke my heart. You know, not only as a media person, but as someone with a background in clinical work, in mental health, for someone to commit suicide, the implications on the family is very, very huge. It's very, very traumatic. And the people have such a serious problem they're dealing with. Government has a responsibility to provide for those who cannot provide for themselves. That's why taxes are paid. And for JFK authority to allegedly refuse to turn the man's body over to his family for burial, that's being insensitive. That's being wicked. I mean, these people are already grieving Volcano. Can you imagine that? And somebody is saying that they're going to hold the man's body until the family can pay the money. I don't know.
Let me quickly remind our folks that we now have the line open. Please call 404-272-2808. If you want to make a comment, if you want to chime in, it's your opportunity now. 404-272-2808. The number is posted. Call. Let's have a conversation. You know, I know JFK has never been exceptional, but it didn't get to this lowest of this point that they'll start holding people hostage. It's a government hospital. Catholic hospital would do that. We'll understand. You understand me?
Yeah.
What the other hospital, the ERW hospital, if they did that, we'll understand. But not a government hospital where taxpayer pay money. But Nathaniel McGill can walk all over the place and give these big lofted money. So you're giving $1,000 to people to drink hataye. Just sit down and drink hataye and talk nonsense.
Yeah, and
Talk nonsense.
Yeah.
But you couldn't get out $1,000 to JFK.
Yeah.
Look at the money they put in the budget for health. Or because these people can run all over West Africa to get better treatment as they claim. So you neglect your country's governmental hospital that will serve bulk of its citizens. But because you can afford to travel abroad to get treatment.
Health in
Why are
the
they missing the priorities? Why are they misappropriating the monies to things that don't matter?
Personal ego. It's not about personal ego. It's about themselves. They don't care. McGill can fly to the United States to see healthcare. His family can fly. George Weah can do similar thing. Tour and the others can do the same thing. So they don't care about whether somebody in Sano can afford to do that. No. What
And
matter is
Thomas Awaji is asking how much is the hospital bill and how can we help this family to recover,
well,
the
that's
loved one body.
yeah.
So unfortunately, what we're going to do, we're going to play that video in length and see if a telephone number was put there.
Yeah.
We probably can reach out to the family and see what the issues room could do, raise
Yeah.
whatever
Somebody,
we can
yeah,
raise
to help.
on
Yeah.
this platform for every one of our viewers. If
Mhm.
it's even $10, $5, whatever we can raise, we can do that and hopefully get it to the family because it's sad. It's
Very sad.
you can't be so insensitive.
Very
You can't be so
insensitive.
insensitive. After all the corruption, you got with the million down there taking all the material from the hospital and putting it in your own private hospital. You don't say nothing. The man who can't afford, you holding his dead body.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're buried, You're buried the dead body. Yeah. Good. Doesn't make sense.
No, people are heartless, my man.
It doesn't make sense, Moses.
People are heartless.
So
Yeah.
and this is not a new story. This is not a new story. You sent me a clip of a healthcare worker. This lady talked
Yeah,
about
and she's talking
her
about
birth-
the healthcare
yeah.
situation in Liberia. You
And she
want to
said her
play her
birth-
a little bit?
Yeah. I don't have the time to
Oh,
find it.
okay, okay,
But
yeah.
she said her birthday is today, and she was
Mhm.
dedicating you know, this
Her
conversation
birthday,
for her
yeah.
birthday.
Mhm.
And she's a retired healthcare worker.
Mhm.
And she really mentioned some very important things. Let me take this caller quick and see.
Okay.
Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you. Welcome. Your name?
Orlando Kringer.
Mr. Gringer, how you doing?
I'm good. Mr. Moderator. I'm concerned about what you guys are discussing pertaining to the JFK hospital. I think this is something habitual, though, because it happened to a friend of mine who was there, and I had to release him from the hospital. They kept him in there as what you guys stated as hostage, and for which I don't understand the reason. You know, because if this hospital is a government hospital, and as I remember growing up, you know, JFK was one of the go-to hospital. Anybody go there, stay right in there, get your drugs and everything. But nowadays things have changed. I just don't understand, like how you stated. Why would they be so insensitive to somebody who lost their relative? Instead of giving the relative, you holding the relative for money.
But not only that, Orlando, but the context under which the relative is now deceased.
Yeah, the man committed suicide. Yeah.
As a result of the pressure that you gave him when you show him the bill that he can't pay. So it's not that the man lied on there and died.
No, man
You
committed
induced
suicide.
the man's death because the man was well and ready to leave the hospital, but you show him the bill now, he can't afford it. He said, well, okay, maybe just jump out of the window, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe
it's
the man was
sad,
jumping out
though.
of the window thinking that he could run away, but
Yeah.
Correct.
he may have underestimated the height.
The height of
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you, but I think you made mention about multiple hospitals being built,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that, I mean, in my impression, I think the monies that were were used to build those hospitals could, you know, modify JFK that it could come back to its standard. I just don't remember if WHO is still bringing medical supplies to JFK, whether the American government is still helping out because it was built under one of the auspices of the president, you know, and, you know, to let that name just decay in that respect, it's forbidden in my respect, though, because, I mean, you can't keep holding people hostage. If the people don't have the money, I mean, talk to the family of the people that can come and make some payment plan.
That's
But,
why they
I
call
mean,
payment
JFK is not a
arrangement.
jail.
That's why they
Yeah.
call payment arrangement.
Yeah,
If the
payment-
man,
Yeah.
if the man hospital bill is $5,000 hypothetically, and the man can bring 2,000, take that one.
Yeah,
Take
and
that.
makes
Correct.
no arrangement. Yeah.
Right.
You know, then to put people all in the corridors. People just languaging in the corridors of the
Yeah.
hospital.
It's a
So
mini
what
prison.
bring? What? Because this is human rights matter here now.
Yeah.
This is human rights matter.
Yeah. Correct. But I think the legislature, though, supposed to have oversight responsibility of all of these things. They need to call the health minister for this person's death to tell the public why this man just, you know, died in that kind of condition after being given the go ahead that you can go home. Then all of a sudden the man said, I was being kept in a hospital, now turned jail. So I was trying to leave, like you rightly stated. Maybe he looked at the third floor and thought the third floor was the first floor.
Yeah.
Estimated the height of the floor and just, you know, came down and killed himself.
Yeah.
You see, and it's devastating, to be honest with you. You haven't heard of the story that drugs come to the JFK, the doctor sit there sitting across the street.
Mhm.
Yep. They're
You
taking
know,
place
I
in a
mean,
little small clinics around
correct.
the place. They're treating people from in the houses. I mean, listen, man, Orlando, the Liberia you knew is not the Liberia today.
I
People
do
can
agree
do
with you.
anything they want to do, and no repercussion. No one gives a crap.
But
Look at the other day.
I think Mr. I'm not cutting you off, Mr. Moderator. I think where need to be promoted, you know, what need to be promoted is educating the people on who to vote for, how to vote, and that will help to alleviate these problems. Because you guys that have your platform need to start educating the people on who to vote for and how to vote. Because if we keep crying about these incidents happening and you can't put the rightful people into the position, honestly, it will be a repetition of what has been happening from day on and day out. So I think what you guys with a bigger platform and platform need to do
we're looking at those education
and who to vote for, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, we're looking at those education, but we cannot make the case for who to vote for because we are journalists and we're not aligned to any political party. If the political pundits want to come here and have that conversation, we'll provide a platform. We'll let them engage you, the audience, to have that conversation. But I can't come and say vote for Alexander Cummings or vote for John Brown. No, I wouldn't be able to do that, sir.
I'm not saying that you need to be specific.
No, but we're very emphatic. We said it. I said it last broadcast that we cannot give George Weah another 6 years because then it would be over. It will be over. I said that. I don't support another term for Mr. Weah. I don't.
All right.
He's
hopefully the voters will listen to you and understand, even when you made mention about McGill, the team you played for McGill. I mean, that is, I mean, way on the bus to say that even if I see I carry the money, also I use the money here in Liberia. I mean, you presidential, the minister of presidential affairs, you can't be talking no kind of street talks. Those are just street talks. You know, I mean, people listen to you to say, well, this is the man who the president asked. You sit over there and say, even if you see the money, I use the money in Liberia. I ain't carry the money outside. Is that what you need to be telling the people?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Yeah.
So Moses, we are 8:17. We'll go to the last component of our conversation tonight.
Yeah.
A few years ago, three boys went missing behind the Hindi, in the St. Paul River, behind Hindi in Bon Mines in the St. Paul River. It was tied to
St.
Moses, and we made a lot of noise. As for myself on Breach Radio at the time, and we covered that story extensively to the point that we got to nowhere.
Okay.
Quite recently, a group of Bassonians in the city of Buchanan converge on the administrative building, demanding that a man by the name of Zeh brings back four young men who he usually sends to sea to bring back fuel, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Since they were going to sea, they have not returned. Accordingly, they tested the zoos. They went in the bush, and they were told that the day that they went to demonstrate, if they didn't force Zed to bring those boys, the boys would be killed. Just the same way the story went for the
other three missing men, or boys,
Moses, what do you make of this? We're coming into elections. People want to be president by hook or crook. People want to be minister. People want to be senator. People want to get in big position because they will not die one day. You're trying to take somebody's life as if to say you will not die.
I tell you, my man.
What's wrong with our minds?
This is really scary, Volcano.
So why are you talking? Let me find that video. So
this is really, really scary. And as you were talking, this just reminded me about similar protests that was held in Harper, Maryland County recently. Some citizens there also went out to protest the disappearance of a young man. And this thing is happening across across the country. National security seems to be in danger. I don't understand what is really happening in the country. Because everywhere you turn to a volcano, you hear these reports. You hear these reports of national security. Now it is even my understanding that people go to bed earlier than they did in the past because they are afraid that if they stay out late, somebody is going to come and attack them. So the movement of people has been restricted. Right now, as I speak to you, we do not know the outcome of the protest that was held in Grand Bassa County. But I know those people are very stressed out. The people in Harper, Maryland, also stressed out. You go around in certain communities in central Monrovia, we have the same problem. What is going on? What is the government doing in terms of national security?
Yeah.
This is a serious problem.
Yeah.
This is very, very serious. I just can't understand. And
Okay,
our
so
people
let me
always
see.
say
Let me
that,
see if I can.
okay, you
Let
read
me
it,
see if I
right?
can find if you didn't play.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Trying to get to this stuff.
No.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. So here we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's a video, yeah.
We gotta know everybody, even myself. I know even some of the guys. So my hello. Your name. What are you doing here in the administrative building?
Since what is it for money? Send the children and I can't say what is that send it to go second send it other day to go since that when I see it I see the same and I want to choose the child make you a super all right and you say pass it you go there free and say table we go forward we go free power we have nobody so none of the help the president for the children that one and one tap
Whenever I found out for anybody to know if the guys are still alive or have you ever found out for anybody to want to pray for someone?
Yes. We find it.
Now, if I have been a why you think the leaders or the council leaders should about that?
We want to train Russian, and the other body, if to them who can now was there, who now step us there, without quality until the devil will find.
It was information we have found out.
Yes,
Where are we going to find out?
Here, Bush.
And it's a little bit of gathering.
Yes.
And it's a guy that's still alive.
Yes. They're keeping it somewhere.
Okay.
Three guys, one away from country, field of that, 3 down, one away from country on the same issue to go and find out. Then the issue is serious. The first respond again. When the family say those guys, they only have to they are reserving them somewhere around here in the country. They are reserving them right after today, or immediately minute. And then the country they are taking the legal access. But we want to take the other access, right by approach by hitting the street to get the country's attention, to get the citizens of our attention. But why is it funny? There's no single. There's a 4 person lab.
4 persons are
There's a
missing.
4 person are missing. So we can't rely on
You
the
don't gather information as many guys that found some of them. How can they
It is misleading. It is misleading information. They will always get the information whenever you go to check. You can't find anybody. You go to check, you can't find anybody. There's a fifth issue.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Because members are all gathered here. Ground about this.
So Moses,
Yeah.
Yeah, told to call it there because we
Yeah, we
pushing.
almost, yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
that's the
but
situation, Volcano.
that's the situation. So it just reminds me of the the situation with the three missing boys.
Yeah.
How accordingly Chief Zanza Kawan were all in the fold. He said he was speaking to the people who had the boy. He guaranteed the boys were on one island. So you get the story here now. The boys are in the county,
Yeah.
but that day, if they didn't hold there, and for him to vomit the boys, you know, and
Yeah, people went somewhere, somebody told them that they had only that one day, or
yeah,
else they won't see the
somebody calling
boys,
was
you
there. Let
know.
me see who's calling here.
Yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to the issues room.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Volcano. This is Dwalu calling from Boston, gentlemen. How you doing?
Oh, great, man. Dwalu,
Good,
thanks for
Jalo.
calling.
It's a pleasure
Yeah,
being
Yes,
yeah,
here.
sir.
yeah.
Look, I'm sitting here listening to the show. I don't know whether this is a question or something that we can ponder. You know, when I look across the country from Monrovia to the rest of the country, Buchanan, my boyhood city, and you see the true ills of society. Yet there was a caller that called before me. He spoke about, we should try to educate the voters on how to vote. And you said to them, "Lads, all we can do is educate the voters." My question would be, what's wrong with our psychology? The very people that are harming us, we are still behind in Jaja. Does anybody on the show know what causes that? It just probably makes people become more gullible, or what's going on? I know we all may not be qualified to answer the question in terms
But
of the
poverty,
preparation. Maybe we need a
Jalo,
psychologist. But I,
poverty, yeah.
I mean, from my
Yeah.
perspective, and having studied psychology, you get
Mhm.
to a place of two places. You got learn helplessness and learn hopelessness.
Mhm.
Okay, learn
Okay.
helplessness is where you think that no one is there to help you, but you get to a place of hopelessness. Then it's just like I'm just here until God takes me.
Yeah, and
Sounds like, or it feels
where you just give up, and
yeah.
you say,
It
"Hey,
feels
this
like
is
a lot of
beyond my
people there.
control. Nothing I can do about it."
They're just walking dead.
Yeah.
They've gotten to a point where they're just hopeless because in their time, nothing good has come out of their time. So you heard me when I said that if we have 6 more years, I've
oh
given up.
no, no. If we give we are 6 more years, if
I've
I wrote a
given
whole
up.
paper on this thing, it's we not only will be set by at least for a quarter of a century. I am. This is not an exaggeration. I'm being dead serious. But even when McGill was talking, I believe it was in Banga when he made the speech about spending the money here. It was in Banga.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
That
was
was
Banga.
oh, that was in
okay, that
Banga.
was
Yeah.
Banga.
Mhm.
And I was just looking at, I was not listening to what he was saying when I came back the second time. I was just watching the faces of our people,
Yeah.
their posture. It seemed that they resigned to this state of hopelessness where,
Hopelessness. Yeah.
hey, I been here, yeah.
Hmm?
Hey, I'm carrying the Ghana, yeah.
Yeah.
And they understand the dire circumstances that are hurting them in the country. Yet, when you tell them, if you continue on this route, your condition will worsen. They don't even want to hear it.
And
And
Dwalu, just listen to me for 1 second. Did anyone in that crowd knew the rights to
no,
challenge by getting say, "Oh, you can't be talking like this. We're not
Oh
no,
stupid
no,
people. You don't
no.
steal from us and come here and brag about it." Nobody, nobody.
But look,
I don't think it's about knowing the rights, though, brother. I think it's more of there's a fear in the country where sometimes
Okay.
people are afraid to, I don't
You
know.
know what? You know what we're gonna do? We'll invite you on the
yeah,
next show.
yeah, let Mecca hang with us.
We'll
Huh?
design the topic
Yeah,
and we'll come here
Yeah.
and talk. I want to bring
Okay.
you in. It's an
All right,
yeah.
brother.
invitation
They can hang with
All right.
us.
because
Have
I
a
think
great day, man.
you have a
Yeah.
depth of understanding of where we are, and
Okay.
honestly, I like to have you here so we can have this kind of
Yeah, it
conversation.
will be my pleasure, man.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
So I will
So have a
contact
great
you.
day, guys.
I will
All right,
contact
brother.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You're
Dwalo.
welcome, Dwalo. Thank you.
So Moses, I tell you, man, honestly, this is where we are, and people like Dwalu, who come
Understand?
across intelligently and make a lot of good points. Instead of having him give him a segment of a phone call, we bring him in and let's
Yeah,
all brainstorm
let,
together because he
let
has
us
a,
sit
he
and
has a very
dissect
he
the
has a
issue.
very
Yeah.
important point.
Yeah.
What is the psychology of the mindset of our people? Why have they gotten, or rather, what point have they gotten to the point that they've learned to be hopeless?
But Volcano, you answer that question very effectively. The point of hopelessness. The people feel powerless. The people are poor. And then besides that, there's a high degree of what? Ignorance. And not that they are stupid, but most of them do not even know their rights.
And the word ignorant, people think is stupid. No, it means that
No.
you don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know, you know.
And you're right.
People
They're not
don't even
stupid.
know their right.
They
They
just
don't
don't
even know
know.
their right. Yeah.
They can't discern. They don't know between good and
No.
bad.
No,
They don't
they
know
don't.
between right and wrong.
Hmm.
Even if they understood that McGill, the nonsense he was talking was wrong,
Mhm.
they were still arguing with himself because he laid. You see, the guy smartly laid a premise that
Yeah.
anytime they did it,
They did
so when
it.
they are different.
Yeah.
So
And I bet in my own right
Yeah.
in Banga, I
Yeah.
had to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Moses, I
Yeah.
think we'll follow this story on those Mason boys and see
Yeah.
where it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
But again, it looks like it's deja vu, you know,
Yeah.
from
It's
3 years
sad, man.
ago, and we're
Yeah.
back in the same situation. But
It's
it's
sad.
8:31. We had a good show. I'd just like to thank you again.
It was, yeah.
We're not using theme song anymore to you, our viewers and callers. Facebook has a way. Everything you got to put a disclaimer and copyright and this and that. Just a little snippet of the theme song. They had a fit about it, and so we're just gonna
We're going to let that go,
yeah.
you know.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna raise some money to do our own theme song. We can get one of the Liberian artists. Oh no, you know what? Let's
No,
get let's
but-
get to do our theme song.
Who?
George, let him do our theme song.
Oh yeah, my man. Let's talk to Maggie and see whether he
See
can
if
get
the
a president to the studio.
Yeah,
to
I'll
do
write the song. I write music, so I'll write the song.
and let the
and-
president produce it
Yeah,
for
let
us.
the president produce it. My man, the man got studio. The man is an artist. The
Yeah,
man,
man, an artist, you know.
yeah,
That would be the man's own donation to the issues room.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I got some contacts in the government too. Maybe now I'll try to reach out to Len Eugene Namwe. You know,
I
Legend.
mean, you calling people near. Ain't no your man. So your man will say, oh, so wait. So like you the one now, you friendly with Moses Sandy. Don't be calling people near. I think you know. Don't be calling people near. We'll just
No,
we'll
but-
find a way to
but
get
for
the
me,
George Weah so he can
You
produce
know,
our
Lord
song.
John, we didn't get there with my man Eugene. We went to college together.
All right. Let me just quickly tell
Yeah.
some folks that thanks for being here. I'm a friend. We say thank you so much, Thomas. Always good to have you, Mr. Awaji.
Sure.
It was good conversation. Mapla, thanks for stopping by. Emmanuel Jackson, Flomo Livingstone, Agnes Barclay Young. Thank you so much. Alfred Cowboy. Promise Sweet, thanks for stopping by. Vonnie Hardy. And all of you wonderful people, Orlando Ware Kringa, who was also here in the issues room with us tonight. We say thank you. And Emin Bachu for coming through. We'll be back here on Friday, and I believe the conversation, the Liberian Association here in Pennsylvania is having the national elections for a new corps of officer on Saturday this week, the 12th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday. And so we'll be bringing one of the team,
Mm-hmm.
president
On
and
the
vice
show.
president, to make the case on the
Yeah.
eve of the elections.
Yep.
So that will be the show. You have the opportunity to engage those people. Don't take this conversation to be ordinary, because these are the people who want to take over your community and say that they're going to do X, Y, Z. So you need to engage them and hold their foot to the fire. So we'll hope that
Absolutely.
you will join us then on Friday. We'll be bringing that team in who are contesting. Hey, Constance Swen Tuopu, welcome to the issues room. Long time, man. Thank you for
Yeah.
stopping by. It was good having you here. It looked like you were behind the scene, right? At the end of the show, you say hello. All right. We got to bring you back here again so you can
Because
tell
now we
us
gotta bring you so we can talk
what
about
CDC
CDC
USA is
USA.
doing.
Yeah. And say hi to your husband, yeah, Constant.
You know, we are friend of all the political institutions. We don't pick sides. So we brought in the CDC, we brought in the UP, we brought in the PLP, we brought in the Liberia People's Party.
ANC, No,
No, we have
okay,
to,
yeah.
no,
Oh yeah,
we
we brought UP. Yeah, we brought UP. Yeah,
ANC hiding from us. But we also brought in CDC. So you see,
yeah. We all over the place. Yeah,
yeah. So we've been here open to everyone. Moses,
yeah.
man, let's wrap it up. Thank
Yeah,
you all,
we'd
folks,
like
for
to call
being here
this
with
a
us
quit.
tonight.
Yeah. Mhm. All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Good night. And we'll be back here Friday, God's willing. Thank you.